Ladies and gentlemen, all around the world from three different continents, thank you very much for joining us. The Roundtable is our second platform for Call of Culture to develop and advance cultural dialogue among people. We have launched recently in Perm in Russia, in the International Day of Volunteering last November. And today the Roundtable is about WomenSteps, which is a moderate discussion about women leadership in the community. And we need to discuss and bring diverse leaders from different private, public, and perhaps the third sector to tell us what they have done so far. And we need to learn more about the steps, the secret sauce, I would say, how you have made it to where you are right now. So I have a colleague of mine, Eric Magriff. He's joining us from New York. I will step off and he will be joining and moderating the discussion. I'll be, of course, watching you and asking questions if necessary. Good luck, and I wish you a great...
When I first started, disability was an unknown factor, and people were very, very scared of the word disability. It's education, which helped, and just making them understand that disability is just another form of living.
So actually what prompted me to actually get engaged with a lot of youth activism and also towards gender issues is that because Sri Lanka, in a historic context, we have had a very strong history of women's empowerment, right? We have had queens ruling this country. We produced the first prime minister in the entire world, female prime minister in the entire world. And there was a certain culture of women's empowerment, which was entrenched in the culture itself.
I think in every culture we find this kind of shining stars, which in some cases are not the exception necessarily, you know?
So I think when you're talking about women in leadership, women, the steps that they're making to engage communities, these, whether it's through entrepreneurship, private sector, charity, government, it's actually shaping culture. And, it's quite amazing to actually see. So, I just want to thank all of you, again, for being here, because, for the people watching, this is inspiring. This is, a great, thing for, people to see.
Fathers who say that girls are only to be seen, not to be heard. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's my father who has inspired that a girl too should be able to, stand on her own feet and be independent.
So many women that are fighting this are just dismissing this, are just not looking at it as a real difference. So I think perhaps that's the key to address the issue.
I believe women are sometimes the worst enemies for themselves.
I wanted to be a journalist and I wanted to change the world, but I didn't imagine I would be so far away. And I didn't imagine I would dare do the things I dared. I think once you take the first step, it leads you to another step, and it's just taking that first step that changes everything.
I think we should play as a team. Why should we play man and woman?
I think it's great what you guys are doing because, if you look at, groups that don't normally have all of the same, aren't always treated equally, whether it's people with disabilities or whether it's women or whether it's people who don't have much money. There are those out there who say, we don't want to be giving them charity. They might think it's pity or it's not what we should be doing. When I think the way that we should be looking at it is, look, we see that you as a human being are not being given all the equal opportunities. And because we respect you as a person.
I would add to you is teamwork. Find the strength in every person and utilize it in a team. And work forward as a one unit, one entity, not as individual entity, because one hand can't clap. So we have to work together.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and it was a very enriching dialogue.
Thank you.
Same, I did that.